Hi, we're here at the PWCC today in Portland, Oregon. This is where we find out really about the card business, a billion-dollar industry. This company will store the card, they'll archive it, and when the client wants to resell it, they take care of it all. They have a huge vault, and as you can see, people are working non-stop. It's pretty neat how this started at just a little room they had, and now this is a state-of-the-art place. And they were gracious enough to have us today, so we're going to check it out and learn all about the cards today. All right, we're here with Robert at the PWCC. He's going to explain what he does with these cards, how his job is one of the most important jobs here because they go into the vault. Isn't that right?
Yeah, this is more of the high-end cards that we take in. Basically, what I do here is once the cards are received from the consignor, they come here. And basically, I'm taking front and back images. I don't know if you can see this up here. This is kind of one I'm going through. Before I start scanning, I'll create a folder with them. So basically, all the ones that I'm going to be doing now are these ones showing up. It's going to go into this folder. That way, we know basically who they belong to. I'll just take a stack here, line it up. Since I'm doing all the same type of card, they're all the same thickness. I just focus it on the first image. From here, you can come in and zoom in on the side there. Basically get it as sharp as I can. If I move the adjustment here, you can see that's blurry. Basically line it up to about as crisp as I can get it there. And then it's just taking front and back of these images, making sure we have a clear shot of them. Here we also try to be quickly. The amount of submissions we've been getting has been increasing greatly, so trying to get through these fairly quick.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's going to create two images because we like our customers to be able to have that first thumbnail loads up really quick, kind of see what they're doing, but then that quality when they click on it so they can zoom in. So
they can see exactly what.
Right, so this is our thumbnail. It'll come in, you can see if we start to zoom in here, I mean, it's still clear, but you can tell it's pixelated, it doesn't have that high quality, but that's that first image that you get, so you can just load it up and kind of have an idea. Come into our higher quality one, when you click on this, this is what they're able to do when they come in. You can see that detail gets a lot better.
Wow.
And it's really great for them, especially for edges. A lot of our clients like to see that, is it rough? Does it have any scratches? Is it, cracked or anything like that? So that's what Adobe's doing right now. Is it's going to run through all those images I did, and it's creating those large images, those thumbnails.
Wow.
After that, I'll be able to upload that folder, and then I'll go over down to Corey and Charlie and Gino, and they do titling, they'll do appraisals, and they'll do prices and all that stuff.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We're here at the Lefty Machine because the other one's called Righty, and we're going to have the boss here explain what this whole process is.
The whole process here is it does all the imaging for our cards. Right now we have a vault submission in there. So what that does is that images the cards, and then it puts it into a file for Robert, who you met earlier.
Yeah.
And then he will crop them and put them away so they'll go with the client into the vault. Earlier when you got here, we were doing marketplace. Mm-hmm. So also it's the same thing as it images cards, and it puts it into a file, and then we'll crop it, put it into the file, and then it'll go over for auction.
How old is this machine? Because before, what was the process doing that? I mean,
everything is done by hand over here. We do it all by hand. So this obviously cuts time.
Oh yeah, you think? That's awesome. All right, we're here with Tyler. He's going to kind of break it down, show us what everyone they might act like they're working, but it seems like in the card business they have to. So.
Oh, definitely.
Tyler's going to explain the whole process of what goes down here.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm the logistics manager here at PWCC. So my job is to kind of make sure anything of the ingoing and outgoing mail gets processed and shipped out on time. Like today we had beginning of football that closed, so our day wasn't too bad. But then once we kind of get into modern basketball and things like that, it can really pick up, and we can have anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 packages that need to go out in that single day. So right here, these are two of my logistics guys. They're going through the stuff that closed last night. So right now they are combining by combining, it's the stuff that people bought but didn't pay. That could mean they could be buying stuff later on throughout the auction, or they're just waiting to pay for their stuff. So what this side is technically called previous day auction. So they're going through and grabbing anything that was, say, paid that people had combined orders. They go through this right here. This is all sorted by earliest to latest. Everything's bundled in groupings of individual people. So like this guy right here bought 6 cards. This guy bought 1. So we have everything that is combined in the group. So then when these guys go through it, it's easier for them to find and verify the order and pack them up.
Alrighty, we're here with the boss himself. He's going to explain one of the most expensive hockey cards. Basically holding Jesus right there, Wayne Gretzky.
This is a great card just to highlight the services that we have. I mean, it's an investment caliber card. It's an expensive card worth many tens of thousands of dollars. It's in archival right now, owned by a client that is a member of the vault, and he chose to put his portfolio in here to archive it so that it could be properly insured and stored. And then he has his digital access to this, because one of the things we hear so often is people, they have all these cards that they love, and they're in safety deposit boxes, and you say things like, so when was the last time you went and checked out your cards? And they go, oh, well, maybe I'll do that next month. By having the digital portfolio, people can grab the images of the cards. They're high professional, high resolution images. They can be shared. You can share them with your friends. You can text links to them. It allows you to kind of enjoy everything more, not to mention it's all insured. It's the proper way to invest in the space. Get this out of the realm of hobby, more into the realm of investment, I guess. And so, this particular example, we love this card because we're about the investment attributes of the market, and this is the world's #1 blue chip from the brand of hockey. This is the most liquid, most desired, most recognized. Whether you're a person that loves vintage cards, you know who Wayne Gretzky is. If you know modern guys, and you might be a McDavid fan, but you know who Wayne Gretzky was.
If you don't even know hockey, you know one name. It's Wayne Gretzky.
And would McDavid be McDavid without Gretzky, right?
Exactly,
the heir apparent as it was, and it's like, I think this is the card that really unifies the brand of hockey more than any other. It's the one that everyone in the world wants. This one's been, assigned a mint designation by PSA. It's one of the highest graded copies that we've ever seen. It's one of the nicest examples within that grade. It's just a world-class investment piece, and we're delighted to have it in the vault, I guess.
It's unreal. He's done it all, not only for the game, but for the card world for us.
Absolutely. That is the power. It's like what they do on the field, and Gretzky was a figure off the ice too.
Yeah.
And those are the investment mediums that are what the market's based on more than any other. It's who they were and what they represent, not only to the sport but to the world.
Yep.
The guy's international.
He started hockey just for going to LA. I mean,
totally. He changed the game. He brought it into the modern era. I'll always love Howe. Like Howe for me is like he's the man.
Yeah.
But this is the guy that brought it into the modern age, and he's the Jordan of hockey.
Yep. He's when he walks in the room, hockey players, it's closest thing we're going to see to Jesus. Believe it or not, but that's what we always joke around.
It's just like people how they talk about Jordan.
Yep.
Every sport has their icon, and that's Mr. Hockey.
Yeah, because when he walks in, it's like a colonel or general walks in, and you're like,
it's like, do I want to say something he's going to remember or not?
Yes, exactly. Know the feeling, and it's still that way. I've met him a bunch, and it's still every time you see Gretz, it's just like, you're almost scared you're going to say something stupid.
And what's so cool is like, here's a guy that like you have an actual relationship with him, and yet you hold this card and you're still excited about it.
It's
like,
amazing.
That I think embodies what trading cards are more. Like, people don't. It is so pervasive and it's so fun. Like you know who he was as a person. I've never met him.
Yeah, I mean I'm not that close, but
he's like an immortal because he's stuck in this card as far as I know him, right? But you actually had
the greatest moment I had was at the Olympics. Me and Chris Chelios, Keith DeChuck, and I was sitting with Jay Bowmeister from Canada. There was only one little bar in the Olympic Village, and in comes Gretzky, and he knows Chelly and all those guys, and he sat down and just me and Bowmeister were just sitting there going like,
did you see what I said?
We're hearing stories from Wayne Gretzky. Are you kidding me? And he's just a class act, and I mean, he's like Jordan. All of us that played the game, got to thank this guy somewhat.
That's cool.
Really, it's awesome to hold this. It's great.